going to be some rough grenade spam that Josh Hart's needing to build around. And again, I do want to give a huge shout out to a lot of our players here. Folks like Josh Hart, you know, Bosa as well. The way that they play, they clearly put a lot of time into this game. And it's been really fun to watch him. A difference from last year's Pro-Am, where everyone was still finding their feet when it came to playing competitive Fortnite. Then you got KU, a competitive player with a lot of respect from the community, and just gets the tag there. That's on Lee Nguyen.
Very nicely done, and yeah, like you said, it has definitely come a long way how much the average players improved in Fortnite. These games are very, very good. Like,
meanwhile, I'm still awful. Which is the saddest thing.
You gotta get off the controller, brother.
I know, I'm trying to wean off of it, buddy.
Shout out to the controller guys. You guys are loved and respected here, but all right, Reggie Jackson, what you got? You got some in front of him here.
Shot. There you go.
It's Cypher PK. Cypher PK is right above.
That's going to be a rough one.
I think he called it out. Cypher lets him in. Oh, I thought that was enemy for a second.
Yeah, I saw it off the corner of my eye. Would have been a little worried there if that was the case. He let someone in and didn't do anything about it. So he'll be all right, though.
Might have been a little communication hiccup there because Cypher didn't realize there was someone below him until Reggie got right in the box. Newsouth is really low right here. Is he going to be able to sniff him out? Reggie's still looking. He knows.
Yusel, an incredibly scrappy player, and you hear him playing the guitar. That's happening down low.
Hating him.
I love that, though. Let him know you're there, right?
Do it again, Musel. Play the guitar, Musel.
What's the worst that can happen? On Laser Beam's cartwheeling again. I think his keyboard might be broken.
Maybe. Seems like his character is definitely having some malfunctions over here, getting a little cardio on the side of the desert.
One could definitely say he's spinning. Spinning out of control. No, didn't hit with anyone. All right, well.
Missed. You know what? It's the
swing and a miss.
Effort that matters, bro.
Thank you for always having my back, buddy.
I gotcha. But here's Tfue and Josh Hart. Dude, we've seen them make end games consistently. They're not hunting for elims. They're letting them land in their laps as someone with the ballers right underneath.
Right below them is Ninja. You got Tim the Tatman in a box of his own over there. Cypher PK still lingering about with himself. Ninja waiting for that prime opportunity to push up. And Ninja by himself at this point in the game. Monster, you're a competitive player. You've been, I know you do a lot of duos with the K30 and stuff. Question for you, how difficult is it to be in a single man situation going up against a lobby that's as stacked as this?
Yeah, man, it's definitely a scary situation. You got to pick and choose your fights. So much more, thought goes into it. Even aggravating a team like Ninja's doing right there, you got to be careful. Like airwalks, especially, right? You don't know who's in that box. It could be an okay duo, but it could be like a scary duo. Like you saw what airwalks did in game 1. So Ninja's still aggravating them though. He stepped closer. He put a trap over there, trying to bait that player out. Maybe he's recognizing whoever's closest right here doesn't quite have a grip on what's going on, but. Now taking a look at Valkyrie, also lost her teammate. You'll see she's trying to make this decision right now. Is it time to go? Is it time to hang out? The storm reveals itself. She's got a long way here, but using a great usage of the tunnel. Just arcing forwards. There's the player underneath.
We're going to get to that first half-in, half-out circle. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. This is the Fortnite Pro-Am, our second time that we're going to be doing this live from LA. And you're looking at Valkyrie, one of the best content creators out right now. Get a tag for 103. Oh, no! And sad. Oh, feels sad, man. Gets the elim, but Valkyrie has to be pleased with herself picking up one. That's 2 points against TBNR Frags. And there you can see how it all breaks down. A victory royale will get you 10 points total. Everything else adds from there, right? So if you're in 15th place, everyone gets 3 points in the lobby. Then if you happen to make it to 10th place and beyond, everyone then gets an additional 2 points, making it 5. And then at 5th place, everyone will be able to take 7 from there, but only one duo will walk away with 10 points on that victory royale. And remember that each elimination is going to give you 1 point. So players like Jarvis and Tfue, who have 5 and 4 eliminations respectively, have managed to pick themselves up a decent amount of points for their duo. Game 3, we only have one.
has the blonde hair to go, guys. This is serious commitment here.
Pretty sure there's not a wig. I think that's his. But Lachlan's going to be playing the edge of the Storm, and as the Storm pushes forward, Lachlan needs to take his time and move accordingly. He cannot make any foolish plays. I believe a Storm flip just went out from Lachlan.
That's it right there. Pushing Ewok forwards. Ewok says, I gotta get out of here. Pops the rift to go. That's gonna be a crucial rift. She is now down to one launch pad. That is the only movement she's got left. Someone is campfiring way up above. She's got her eyes set all around the map. Look at this flips. They're coming out. Those guys that don't understand how the storm flip quite works, it creates a huge storm bubble if it's in the safe zone, and if it's in the storm, it creates a safety net. So the storm flip extremely powerful and versatile in Fortnite. Now Ewok lands with some prime real estate here. Doing a great job reading the map too. She's got all the zone in the world now.
55 builds as well. Have a boogie bomb, some shield potions to take advantage of. Ninja's still going to be in the game. Run solo without Marshawn Lynch. Rough spot to be in, but there goes the Shadow Bomb. Another phenomenal rotational tool, the Shadow Bomb.
It's actually great. Top 15 just broke through. Remember, if they can crack top 10, they get another set of placement points. So all of these elims matter now. If players go down, they're just scratching away at new points threshold. There's so many ballers in play here, Golden.
Yeah, a lot of ballers left. Airwalks, Jarvis, Kayun still going to be in this one, but a gift in the form of some mats and some ammo and Courage. Courage ended up getting pinned by Bucky FPS, who got the better of him there. Ewok still hanging out in the box that she built earlier on. Bucky down low with Kenneth. Got Patriota as well. Airwalks and Grime, a great duo, still very much in this game, but the young man Jarvis with 7 eliminations, but he's going to get knocked down to 54 true HP, but total of 104 HP with his shields.
Yes, Jarvis, dude, you saw him. He's on the boards right now. He's in top 10. And this is why he's got so many eliminations. He's got placement. He's in the knife duo up right now. He jumps all the way across, gets a nice little connection here, and it's his high ground.
Phenomenal movement from Jarvis. He also has that purple combat shot. He might damage. That player should be going down any second. That's Kyla Drew. That combat shotty from up above is going to punish you. Ninja just got himself 2 eliminations on the side as well. Just got wiped out, though, by Bucky. And our final few players are going to remain. We're now sitting with 7 players left in the lobby. Actually, scratch that, 6 players left, all solos. And this right here, folks, some of the best in the world of competitive Fortnite. Jarvis up above in the high ground. Bucky right below him. Kayun in that mid area. Typical gamer looking to shake things up with Airwalks and Patriota down low. This is intense, Monster.
Yes, and Airwalks actually picked up minis, so he's going to be able to just bounce back a little bit here. Down comes the double campfire. It's not over yet. Jarvis has got the high ground. He's got Bucky up against the wall, too.
But Jarvis only has 10 builds left. That is my concern. That is the pain point there for him, and he needs to get to an area where the builds are going to exist. Airwalks is out of it, and Jarvis manages to get the better of Airwalks. Oh, Airwalks still at 1 HP. I stand corrected. Is it enough, though? He does get out of it. And Jarvis is looking for him. He knows that he's going to be super weak. There has to be just, you can sneeze on him and he's going to be out of this. The shield's coming to play for Airwalks. It's now going to come down to 4 players remaining. Jarvis scoping it out. Does he find it? Airwalks. He knows this is a lot of pressure he's in, but Jarvis has no more builds remaining. Meanwhile, Airwalks has so much to work with.
Everyone is so weak here, Golden. Jarvis falls all the way down to Patriota, who's going to win the exchange. Typical takes the high ground. In comes Airwalks as well. He actually catches Patriota.
This is insane. Typical gamer has the high ground. Jarvis is going to be down to 31 HP, and as you like to say, Monster, playing that low ground warrior role. It's a 1v1v1. Jarvis tags Airwalks. That's going to eliminate him. 1 more remaining, and it's Typical Gamer in the high ground. Jarvis needs to hold this one up, but can Typical Gamer get that final connection, the victory royale in game number 3, and jettison them up in the leaderboards? Typical Gamer scouting around, and he playing great defense there, just holding him off, not allowing him to get any kind of vision. But when is this going to run out? When is he not going to have any builds anymore to work with? Typical Gamer, on the other hand, doesn't have anything. 1 build remaining, and that's it. He's going to land in front of him, and Typical Gamer! What a win! Victory Royale, 7 eliminations, 17 points total. GG!
What an endgame, Airwalks! Typical Gamer, Jarvis! moments. That was extremely intense, but typical. Runs out of materials, almost gives it up. Here's the final moments. Just take a look at how Jarvis took the high ground. It was almost all over. Beautiful side jump. He put it all on the table right here.
There you have it.
You cannot miss, Golden. You can't miss.
Jarvis though gets a lot of love from me because he had no HP remaining, nothing, and still managed to get to the safe zone. Had he had a little bit more HP, he might have been able to get the better of Typical Gamer. But man, I know that a lot of people from Typical Gamer's community they have to be losing their collective minds, and I don't blame them. What a conclusion to that game. That was just game 3, but we have one more coming up in a little bit, and I know that this is it. It all boils down to the final game. That was intense. I'm getting a little sweaty up here.
Every single game has really brought the energy, the crowd, the environment. It's all coming down here. That was another beautiful end game. But, dude, Airwalks and Jarvis have been making it all the way through. So has Bucky.
Yeah.
Ninja showing up in these final moments. Every game matters, right?
Yeah,
these points add up.
They add up, and surely they're going to be looking great in the leaderboard, but we'll check that in a little bit. For now, we're going to send it over to Pookie, who has our winner, Kitty, who has our winner. Typical Gamer, standing by.
Yes, we've got our winners, our duo winners. Even though it might end up in the solos and those end games, it still is a group effort. Now, I want to know, how have you been supporting your teammate today so far?
I'm trying to not die, but it's not really working for me. So he's just amazing by himself, man. My heart was pounding watching him. He's great.
It's all for charity, too, so that's so great. After that game, how are you feeling going into the next few? How are you going to continue the momentum? You've got one more game to clutch it out and win all the money for charity.
I mean, I feel like the first 2 games were used to kind of develop the strategy. Once we got that unlocked, I told them we're winning game 3, that's it. So we're going to go into game 4 with the same energy. I'm here to win some money for the Sick Kids Hospital BC, so I'm doing the best I can.
Yes, as a fellow Canadian and someone that grew up in British Columbia, I thank you. That's incredible, guys. I'm looking forward to see how well you do in the next game, hopefully closing it all out and winning. But in order to do that, we've got to take it back to our casters, who are going to take us into the next few games. You guys are so good.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know that they're over the moon right now with how that game panned out. Typical Gamer, and I got to give him some love, man, because you have a lot of great YouTube content creators that crush it on a daily basis. But Typical Gamer is the name that we see in World Cup qualifiers performing so many times at a top level. And I'm glad that finally I was able to commentate one of his games, a big moment for him, and against a quality player like Jarvis, who has really begun to grow quite a bit in the Fortnite competitive community. I think that was a pretty special moment across the board, and what a game that was. I love moments like that when it comes down to who could just be the scrappiest monster.
Yeah, and those final moments, you never know, right? And this is what makes Fortnite competitive so good. It looked like, for a second, Jarvis had it all the way